Hey guys, I just wanted to create a video because to be quite honest with you, it's going to be easier to talk to you about these things and to just write them because they're pretty straightforward, but I wanted you to be able to hear about them. So some of these for some of you may not be new, but I wanted to make sure that you just knew what you had access to. So this is going to be media related. So in terms of things to share with families this year or definitely at the beginning of next year, um, Durham County Library Access. So every Durham public school student has free access to the local library system. And that might be like, duh, Rachel. But it's also about the resources that come along with that I really want to emphasize to you. By the way, they can use, without having to even get a library card, I mean, they can go for it, but they can use their student ID, that Power School number, and then the last four digits are their PIN. So that same number, but just the last four. In terms of resources that Durham has, I wanted to emphasize to you, and I'm actually going to share these slides with you as a part of the email, but if you go to the Durham County Library page, some things that I thought were cool. This Go Homework Help. I cannot speak to its quality, and if I hear anybody who can give me any info about it who has experienced it, I will get that to you. However, it is supposed to be live, online live, but still live homework help for any child that might need it, K through 12. And they also have lots of different language offerings. So something that would be available if a parent might ask. I know if it were my child, I'd be like, I'm curious about that. Let me see just what's the nature of it. Um, Also, if you're a nerd like me, they have this download and stream section, and I just personally find this really fascinating. So the great courses, typically you have to pay for that, and basically it's just a series of topics about all history, science, all kinds of things that are kind of like it's kind of like if you were to audit a college course, but they're super fascinating. I have had them in the past myself and paid for them just because I love them so much. And then I was like, I just can't do it. So to know that I'm going to get them for free is awesome. So yeah, just some other things to know about. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to draw your attention to here. Mm, Not particularly. Okay. The other thing I wanted to share with you is Sora. Again, not new, um, but I would want to bring it back to your mind. So sharing this with you. And sort of like Epic, it's just this huge archive of all different kinds of forms of literacy, right? Magazines, audiobooks, books, etc., etc. Um, the unfortunate piece is that unlike Epic, it doesn't have like where you can click on a word and get it specifically like in student-friendly definitions kind of thing, and that kind of stinks. However, it is expansive in terms of like what is provided and the quality of that. When I was teaching fifth grade in South Carolina, I loved Time for Kids because it allowed me to find ways to get kids to talk about real issues. For instance, like things that are happening in the Middle East now, things that are happening in politics, things that are happening with the climate, things that are really tough issues that you just want kids to be aware of, to start having a language around how do I feel about these things? But they put it in a really student friendly way. And they just create a great conversation. Also, and I'll just highlight this for you. Um, Again, super nerd. I love the history magazine. I'm trying to see where it is. Somewhere around here. Um, anyway, I saw it this morning because I was playing with it. But there are, oh, here it is. History, National Geographic. Um, Typically at the grocery store when I'm like, oh, I really want this magazine, it's like $14. So the fact that you can have access to so many here for free is like, good stuff. I also want to emphasize to you, not all, but a lot of the Battle of the Books books for the upcoming year are here. And so I would really highly advise you to let your children know about this before summer gets out so that if they want to engage with any of these, they can. And also linked here are the upcoming Battle of the Books books for this upcoming year. Again, I would say, hey, I know this kid wants to continue to participate. Go ahead and start hacking away at that list. Again, this is Sharon Draper. She was a National Teacher of the Year, lots of different specific awards, and she will be speaking at the library. And I would love to go see her myself. I'm super interested in what she has to say. And so just an offering to be aware of in your community. And lastly, I will share with you the Splash once again. $240 a day. You do not have to do the 4 days consecutively. You don't even have to do the 4 days. And they're going to be on a variety of topics. I am going to be presenting one session. It's actually going to be the one of the Hattie sessions that I did this past summer. So if you've already had that session, don't come to this one. But if you haven't, come see me. If you're kind of wondering about quality, like Rachel, I'm interested in this particular session held by this particular person, feel free to ask me and I'll try my best to euphemistically be like, that would really be worth your time, or maybe reconsider. So we're going to do that very respectfully. But yeah, feel free to ask questions, and I highly encourage you to participate. That's it.